into this world, and as we go
Hi guys.
older, we believe in the.
Hey guys, welcome back to another live stream. So what we're going to actually do today is we're going to practice cognitive abilities, right, through video games. So everybody knows this, right? If you fucking train something in a simulation, you're training for it in real life. So basically what we're going to be doing is I am learning how to fight right now, right? I'm learning martial arts. I'm learning how to express my strength in fighting, right? Like Bruce Lee was saying, right? Like the expression of fighting, it's kind of like how what Master Roshi said, right? The fighting is just the expression of your strength. So that's what we're going to be doing here, but we're going to learn a fundamental that's very important in fighting, right? Dodging. Why do we need to learn dodging? Because I'm not trying to get hit more than necessary, right? Obviously there's going to be times where you get hit and nobody fucking cares about getting hit, okay? It hurts, yeah, cool. A lot of shit hurts in this life, but it's not that important, right? It's how you overcome it. And instead of overcoming it by just facing it head on, so like being a tank, what I'm going for is a better approach. It's a more balanced approach, right? Think about it like in the game, like you're either a glass cannon or you're nothing but speed. We're going to utilize both, right? And the way we're going to utilize both is by relaxation, right? We're going to try and practice how calm we can be under pressure. And in order to do that, we need to put ourselves in situations where we can die, where we are probably going to die. But death is not an option here. So every time we die, that's a fucking it's not a setback because we learn from it, but I would just much rather not die. But at the same time, when we think about not dying, then we are only fucking ourselves over because you're subconsciously thinking about dying, right? So don't think about dying. Dying isn't a thing. Dying isn't real, right? Even in real life, if we die, our consciousness goes to the all and we just keep on exploring from there, right? Think about Realm of the Mad God as a mirror to how we live, right? Because with every death comes experience, but with every death doesn't come the end. It only starts a brand new journey, right? The only time you truly die in Realm of the Mad God is when you decide not to play anymore. When you decide not to play anymore, that's when death doesn't happen. But then at the same time, you're not living. You get me? So death is an illusion. Death isn't real. Death can never be real to someone that is in a realization of his internal divine spark, or the you, or the I, or your shadow, or your consciousness, or your subconscious, whatever you want to call it, just you, the person that you are, the person that's seeing this. You cannot die. I cannot die. We are forever immortal, but this isn't something you can trust me on. I can't tell you how this shit works. People need to go out there and find the truth themselves, The divine spark is not just in me, it is also in you. Right? It is in you. Everything you overcome, everything that you keep on fighting for, everything that's telling you to keep on moving, that's your divine spark right there. So don't misplace it, but utilize it, Okay, but let's actually continue on with the bread and butter. So we're gonna play Realm of the Mad God while listening to this bro right here. He is such a cool fucking guy.
Okay?
What a cool guy.
Imagination.
It's the professor.
That this world that we live in is our hallucination.
And bro,
Projection of our imagination.
he's so fucking cool, bro.
And then that will allow us to access the vibe. Okay? It's through the imagination which allows us to access the vibe. And it will allow us to create this world in a new place. We're able to see fashion eyes in the place of an eye, a hand in the place of a hand. We're able to be our true selves. Okay? And what we will understand is that we're all connected by the vine. The separation of like male, female, okay? Chinese, American, black, white. It's all made up. It's not true. Once we're able to see reality as it is, we'll all be one and the same. When you make the two one, when you make the inside like the outside, and the outside like the inside.
That must have looked really sus.
We're all interconnected together. Okay? We're all part of the same source. We have to train ourselves to see the truth from the false. Okay, so again, Aksha and
Man, guys, I think I learned how to go Super Saiyan. I think I learned how to go Super Saiyan. But not like Super Saiyan in the way where, you get me? But like Super Saiyan within the human ability. I hope that makes sense, because it makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all what I discovered about the human, right? Well, what I discovered, not even about the human. I'm going to tell y'all what I discovered about myself. Look, I'm taking off the limiters, boys. Just tricked the shit out of me. This trick ass bitch. Why is it like this? Why is there a white bag there? What the fuck? Right, so part of the things we're gonna have to learn from playing this game, right, is that death is an illusion. That's something that I learned through observing the game. It's really weird that I get what I ask to get once I have removed myself out of the attachment. But that's just something I've noticed throughout like the last 3 years, that I've been really in the pursuit of myself, right? A better understanding of myself. It's what I've been trying to do, and it's what I've been able to do, and I'm really happy about it. Honestly, I'm really proud. But that proudness doesn't like, what's the word, like, it doesn't cloud my vision. You get me? Like, yeah, I'm really proud of it, but I know I can be doing even better. And that's not like I'm putting myself down. No, it's like it's a recognition of your abilities, right? So it's going to feel like you're lying on yourself. This is how it felt like to me. So so let me not say that. Oh, you know what? Here, let me just correct something right now, right? Everything I say, that if I started off like you or we, just realize that that's all projection, right? That's all. You guys are a mirror to who I am, right? Because I can only see the world how I see the world. Unfortunately, I don't know how you see the world, and I'm not trying to see how you see the world, not because it's unfair or because it's bogus, but because I'm grounded in the things that I'm doing, and I'm able to see the world and move how I'm supposed to move through it, you know? Like, that's how we should be thinking, but that's how I be thinking, you get me? But that's not just to like take responsibility or to even like a ego boost thing. It's more like once you become aware of things, you have that responsibility now, right? You have the choice to either do it or not to do it, right? Like, if you have let's say you have the cure for cancer, but then you have two opposing sides, right? You have the side that wants to release the cure to make sure everybody with cancer is able to live now, right? But then you have another voice telling you, but if you do that, a lot of people are going to be out of a job. A lot of people incomes are going to be fucked up, and there's a lot of people who are going to hate me for releasing this. There's a lot of people who are going to want to kill me, you know? And that's the risk that we take, right? Or supposed risk that we take. Because there's always a way to solve every problem that exists, right? That's why problems exist, because they have answers. You know, one can't exist without the other. If there's a problem, there's an answer. Just know about it. It might seem impossible. It might seem like there's no point in trying to answer the impossible, but there probably is, and there probably is a solution for it that we're just not thinking about in the right way because we're being clouded by certain things like fear, like over attachment to material. So like money, like thinking money is the be one all be all, which it kind of isn't right, because in our world, you know, in my world at least, you know, the one I see a lot of people who are over connected to the idea of money bringing happiness. And I know people know that now, a lot more anyways, that it doesn't. That kind of thinking is still rooted in a lot of things that people do. So it's more about being aware of why we're even doing things. Right? And I feel like that'll slowly start to correct itself over time. But the only problem with something like that is it worth taking a risk of yourself? And to that I beg to differ, right? Because who is the self? Is it you? Is it me? Is it the things that we like to think about every day? Oh, I'm fucking up so bad here. I need to concentrate. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Oh, Lord. That shit was gas. Like bad, not like good. That shit was fucking goddamn. I can do hella better than that. Here, let's teleport over here. Oh, it's a bunny. Oh, like, you know, man, long time ago, you didn't come from where did you go? I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? That one wasn't that bad either. I've never done this dungeon in my life. Right, stop focusing on damage. I need to focus on myself. What's the point of this, right? Dodging, placement, knowing where to be. Okay, there's a safe spot right here. I'm getting hella hit though. That's not a safe spot. Just a dog. Don't use abilities. Good luck. Boss dies too fast. What is the best thing from him? Right, being calm. That was part of the mission too, right? That's what we're trying to accomplish too. Oh, you're tweaking. Okay, so who knows what the fuck I was talking about? But we're back in this bitch. So we're trying to stay. Wow, my eyes are like trying to adjust so bad to this, but they can't help just look up. Okay, so something that I'm focusing on right now a lot more, right, is focusing on the dude. I'm focusing on him while being aware of everything else. That's what I'm trying to train myself right now to do. Because with positioning comes places to... I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say, but all I know is that if I keep trying to better control... Okay, look, yeah. This is the problem that I'm going through right now, right? Especially in the game. I feel like that's why I probably haven't been getting too much better, but damn, I could have died there. But so basically I focused too much on getting damage, right? So I would risk myself way too much, way more than I would have to, in order to get damage. But that doesn't mean I'm not going for damage. You get me? It's just it's something that I can fucking. How the fuck did these niggas get there so fast? Oh, that's the beekeeper. Hiya, 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 hiya. Come to Papa, pussy boy. Is that a tier 6 fucking druid ability? Somebody would probably want that, right? Let's see, does anybody want oh, that nigga has a T5, where is he? No problem, buddy. I don't need that shit. The fuck? Alright guys, so yeah, we're doing this shit. We're bombing. We're beating them niggas. And I gotta remember to focus on my nigga. Yes. I need to focus on this dude. I need to focus on him making sure he doesn't get hit. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. I focus on what's in front of me. I mean, that makes more sense if I'm like clearing a dungeon. I guess it's only when I'm like at a boss that's hard. Right, because a lot of these have become subconscious, so maybe it's not even about fighting it. Maybe it's just knowing when to use each part of the full strategy, right? Each mode, I guess you can call it. I don't know. This is widescreen mode. I'm looking at this nigga. I'm looking at where to do the damage at, cause I've already done this shit before, and I keep thinking this is a fucking samurai. Damn, I was trying not to get hit at all there, and I got turbo fucked right there. Turbo fucked. Turbo fucked. Nigga, get the fuck out of my way, pussy boy. Young and digital. Young pussy boy. I'm gonna boom back pussy boy. Alright. You know what? Alright, let's keep going. Let's see. Okay, this character's kind of hard to use, but I wasn't expecting to do that much with him anyways, so let's play a character. I don't know. Maybe an archer, I guess? Nah, not an archer. What else? Actually, yeah, an archer seems pretty well balanced. Wish I had a different skin for him though. Let me see. You know what? I'll be the huntsman. Let's see, do we have anything to use? We have this XP booster. Click that bitch. Got a backpack. We got nothing to use over here. Alright. We gotta turn on Crucible, cause that shit's just more fun. Claim the backpacks. Okay, there has to be a different server we can go to. This one is crowded. I don't even want to try it. That dude said, I don't get the event I'm supposed to collect. That's real right there, brother. That's real right there. Hey, look at the furry. Man, do y'all think furries are like a new way? You know what I'm pretty sure furries are now? They're like people branching off into their animalistic side, even if it looks kind of goofy. But I feel like people who are furries are more in tune with pure nature itself. Mm-hmm. Pure nature. But that's when you like, I feel like even though they're trying to explore an animalistic part of ourselves, I think leaning too hard into it is the wrong approach, because it's almost like we're digressing. So they're not wrong in the idea of integrating, kind of like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, right? I don't know. I can't tell you what a furry's mindset on the everyday is, you get me? But I mean, if I were to turn into a furry, it would be kind of just to break social norms. I guess it would be to be rebellious. I guess it would be to like show that there's different ways to live life, you know, that not one way is the only way, but there's in any way you want to. And a lot of people seem to resonate with that idea if there's a lot of people like actually doing that together, you get me? So I don't know, but that's just what I take away from it, right? That's what I'm thinking about it. Like these aren't people who are being fucking, I mean, yeah, some of them are being weird, right? Because there's that shit exists for everything, you know. People try and be so high and mighty about certain things, and it's like, bro, yeah, okay, look at what the fuck's happening in real life, right? Because nothing is real life. Everything's real life. I don't know how the fuck. Everything's real and everything's fake at the same time. Like, it's not that hard to understand, honestly, because it's like, yeah, we live in a world where we're fucking lied to every day. We're constantly lied to every day. You know, we don't actually know what the fuck's going on. We don't know what people's want. Okay, bye. Bye. Let's go mucho. Again, really, really funny shit, right? Because it's like, how can you, as someone that is becoming more aware of the fact that we live in a world that's filled with lies, how do you protect yourself from that? How do you actually move around in the world that you can't trust? And it's literally pretty simple. You just, at least in my what is up with this? It's been happening the whole fucking day. Now I won't be able to play for like 30 minutes. Okay. Why can't I suddenly see everyone say this nigga thinks he's hacking? He's about to get. Oh man, I wish I could scare the shit out of him. Like, LMAO, he's cheating. I'm gonna report him right now. What a guy, bro. I can't even troll dude, bro. Fuck. Oh well. What was I saying? Yeah, maybe. Well, in a world full of lies, right? Yeah. The only thing you can do is just realize that everything is a lie and it's the truth at the same time. Okay. No. Life is crazy, bro. It's so funny how everything is a contradiction unto itself, but it's true at the same time. It's like, it's weird because like a lot of people think that, damn, how can I this is gonna sound so stupid, but just keep in mind, right? If there's only one power, why do people see two? And if there is only one power, then that's also a lie, right? Because if everything is a half truth and everything is a half false, no, half truth and a half false, some shit like that. I forgot what the other one was, but that would mean that the statement there is only one power is true, but it's also false. It means we don't get the full picture. But if you introduce that there are two powers, right? What does that mean? Well, if we take the first power to be the all, then that is everything. And if we were to take the two powers, what would that be? It would be the all and it would be us. Because we're arrogant enough. I'm arrogant enough to say that. To say we're all gods. I think we're all gods. And bro, so you have these two powers, right? But these two powers are one in the same. They are the same. You know, that whole idea of us being made in God's image, I don't think that's right. I think we are God's image. And we just literally are what we believe to be. So, you know, that comes with a lot of implications. That comes with a lot of things that are going to jump to your face and be like, but that would mean this and this could happen because this and this could happen. And what are those things? Okay, like, I don't know. Damn it. See what I mean? I'm gonna leave the game. I'm gonna come back. And this shit's gonna be talking about some just loading and loading and loading. And it's not gonna do anything. Okay. If someone was willed enough to try and come up with real life key, right? Or chi, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? Could they figure it out if they use natural laws to get it to happen? And think about it like this, right? Because we know that everything around us comes from the mind. Everything we made around us came from the mind, right? We all someone first had to conceive the idea, then work to achieving it, right? It wasn't instantaneous, but it was possible. And the only reason it was possible was because they hold on to the idea. So not only was this something that they could only see, but it was something that only they knew could exist, right? And because of them trusting themselves, it came into fruition. So what does that mean about the things that we see around us, right? Like this calculator, for example. So somebody conceived this in their mind, and now it's a real thing. Something that was in somebody's mind, I'm touching. That's really weird once you start to think about it, because what does that mean? That means that the energy, right? Because all thought is energy. If you think you're using energy, right? And there's always energy in us because we are gods, right? So there's an infinite amount of energy in us. But I'm only saying this because I've experienced it. You get me? Like, I've experienced a connection to the all that showed me I am also the power. But that understanding only came through my human nature of being a little cocky and a little arrogant, you know? But I noticed that once I've explored that idea and thought that I was more than the all, I had a little challenge on my hands, right? I went out to go record, and the elements were just fighting back at me, bro. The universe felt like it was fighting me. You get me? I already knew how to stand in my decision and my understanding, you know? But it's like the world around me was trying its best to tell me to stop. And then that made me think about this book called The Game of Life and how to win it. And in there they talk about a really useful law, the law of non-resistance. So in the understanding that everything that happens to me, I bring to myself through thought, and it's naturally aligned with who I want to be because all my thoughts have been a better me. Okay? That means I put myself in that position to be tested. I don't know why I did it that day, when the other days were so much better to go do it, right? If you've been living in Chicago, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Bro, how was it 60 the other day and now you're telling me it dropped down to fucking 32 and now it's like 45 outside right now? Like, what a fun time. Oh my god, like so fucking bipolar. Jeez. But it's not that bad. It's just it wasn't that bad. It was just it was mildly annoying, but I still got through it. But I think that just goes to show how the mind actually is everything, right? And how we are everything, right? No, people are going to try to prove an understanding and a feeling with science and math, and I'm pretty sure that can be done too. Everything, especially the direction things are going now, from my own perspective, right? Because I be like writing down how we can start to measure emotion, right? I'm still in the process of thinking about it. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I'm trying to find a way to measure vibration in everything, in anything, everything and anything, literally. So I think right now the main idea was I don't know. It's kind of hard. I don't have any clear ideas right now, but it is something that I'm still trying to work towards, and it's something that I'm keeping in my mind constantly. The idea of finding the vibrations in everything, because from what I understand, energy is constantly moving and it's constantly transmutating into different things, and it's through little slight changes in degree. So everything is the same thing, but just incredibly stretched out, and far away from its it's not even that it's far away from anything. Think about it like a fourth dimensional space, right? Where it exists in literally the same plane, but the view of it is just distorted. So it's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. But something like that. It's gonna be something. I'm still trying to figure it out, right. The whole point in even having this conversation was just showing that there's endless ways to utilize how we can use our minds, right? Right, because and the only reason I'm saying this too is because, bro, I want to live in an anime ass world, bro, and that shit's already happening. You're telling me we got dog people, we got pointless wars, literally, like this is the start of a fucking anime opening, bro. We're about to be in an anime world, bro. I shit you not, bro. Somebody's gonna discover it. Somebody's gonna discover chi. Somebody's gonna discover how to do magic, and then everybody's gonna like turn into a kung fu master overnight, and everybody's just going to be rocking and kicking it and killing it and fucking drilling shit, and then there's going to be fucking gangbangers who fucking have like fucking ki blast. So it's gonna be like literally that fucking Goku fucking parody from Team the 9999999K fucking Saiyan. Like, bro, that nigga's raw as shit, bro. Y'all should check him out, bro. That nigga knows how to rap like Goku, bro. Shit, no lie. No lie. But what was I saying? Bro, there's gonna be niggas key clapping each other, bro. Oh, nah, bro. All this shit's gonna be crazy, nigga. What's up with that, bro? What is up with y'all, nigga? Oh my god. Bro. Oh, dude, imagine the type of clothes niggas can make with key, bro. Like, you infuse it with something, with your key, and maybe like it makes it more durable to rips. Well, what if we have clothes that never rip anymore? That'd be so dope. And if you really think about it, that could exist, right? Because if everything exists simultaneously at the same time, that means the idea of it never ripping is there in space, in the infinite. I don't want to say space time, because does the fourth dimension even work with time? No, I guess it would, right? But it would just work out. It would like be able to see all of it all of the time. That's why it's there all of the time and not there all of the time. Okay, wait. So if everything's there at the same time and everything's not there, it being ripped and it not being ripped exists simultaneously. So maybe it'll be more like I mean, it is possible then, right? to have something be the same thing. Wait, no. Is that even a thing? Is there something that's the same thing forever? Nothingness is, right? Nothing is the same thing forever. Nothingness. But then the contradiction there is that nothingness is something. So, hmm. Maybe like a cut in space time, right? That lets it always be permanently in the state of never being ripped. Hmm. Hmm. And the same thing goes with key, right? What's stopping you from closing your eyes and thinking about it being in front of you, like a key, like a fucking, like going like this, and imagining there's something green floating there, right? Some green energy floating there, right? Okay, using the laws of the universe, right? Whatever we think consistently will come to be. But it's things that we need to think about in certain ways, right? So it's not all just fixed. There needs to be intention, there has to be a reason, and there has to be a need, right? A need for it more than anything. Hmm. So it's kind of like what the movies say, right? Isn't it funny that hmm. Okay, now check it out, right? I'm pretty sure we're all being conditioned even still to want a magical world to happen. And it's not evil conditioning and it's not good conditioning. You get me? It just is. It's just something that I peep right now, right? But if you really think about it, like all the comics and all the movies, like literally the idea of that is what's influencing the things that are happening now, right? Think about it like think about this is what is crazy, but I was gonna say think about lollies like femboys, right? Because now you got people who are making shit online that look like they're fucking, just boys, and they're all like overly sexualized. So that's literally the same thing with the lolly shit. It's just manifested itself into like a different transformation, into something more, I was going to say more socially acceptable, but who fucking knows how people think about that? They probably would feel like really heavy about it. But what's the other thing? The other thing? Oh, the furries, right? Once we started seeing more people be like, I don't know, bro. I'm trying to explain this shit and I'm just feeling. Fuck that. I'm gonna figure it out. Hold up. What's another example about us being conditioned through like, maybe that's why people are feeling more heroic now too, right? Because of the comics that we read and through the stories that we get through online, right? Because you really think about it, like we're conditioning ourselves to go the way we want to go. You get me? In terms of humans progression, because we're having these ideas, we're having these stories about people being more than human, and I think that's where we're reaching at right now, right? That's the direction we're trying to go, but we're trying to do it in a way that's like we're forcefully trying to do it. We're trying to take it instead of letting it come to us, right? The only reason I say that is like with the progression of science in terms of like just testing overall, like when is it necessary to hurt anything during testing, or when is it even like, if it's something that's going to hurt people, trying to figure out, is it even worth getting it? And I can see why there's multiple arguments for that, right? Like, well, if it's like, do the means justify the ends? But who really knows, right? I guess it would just have to be up to human will up until then. No, because humans are gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do. If they have a vision in their mind, they're going to get it done, even if they're wrong. You know, but I think that's the point I'm trying to make, right? Maybe that we gotta better understand ourselves in order to be more aware of what's going on. Because that conditioning, like I'm saying, isn't a bad thing. Who wouldn't want to live in a magical world, bro? You know, I'd be down for that. But at the same time, it's like, are those our thoughts? Or those my thoughts? Or is that just what the world wants? And that's what we're leaning towards? Or is that, unless that's what everybody wants. If that's what everybody wants, bro, I would be so down, nigga. I'm gonna be doing this shit every day, bro. I gotcha. Like, I really want that shit to happen. So, you know, shit would be decent. Man, if I figure it out, bro, okay, let's say I figure out how to fucking, what the fuck was I doing? What the fuck was I talking about? Anime shit, anime worlds. Anime titties. Anime femboys. Anime everything. That's the direction we're going towards. A fucking over. Oh no, we're being conquered. Oh no. We're being conquered by the Japanese, guys. Oh my god. Guys, it's all a plan. Guys, we already lost the war. Guys. Guys. A connection to the all. A connection to the all. What does that mean? What are you trying to connect to? Is it even anything to connect to? I don't think it's anyone you connect to. What am I even trying to say? I don't even know. Oh, something I figured out. To connect to the all, you can't force that shit, right? So like right now, I was just I was getting pretty tuned into it, right? My goal was to, oh shit, nigga, I bet, fucking stupid rabbit, get my ass kicked. But pretty much my goal for meditating earlier, right? When I was meditating, it was to, what was I trying to do? I was what was I doing? I was bitch, stay fucking focused, bro. Just TP back to the same spot. It was to focus on, damn, bro, what the fuck is beating my ass? It was literally the focus to clear my mind, to unblock my connection to the all, and meditate with the thought of achieving magic or achieving like an energy structure, right? I started calling it fo. So that's what I'm gonna be calling it from now on. But I was trying to understand how to get the fo that I see in my head out in real life. But I wasn't trying to forcefully do it. Like, this was really mindful meditation where I was like, I asked what I wanted, and I know that my divine mind was taking care of it, and I was just to wait and receive it. Right, so that's what I was doing. That's what I'm gonna keep doing. Like, I be seeing myself using it. I be seeing myself flying. I be seeing myself like walking on water, turning shit to different shit. Like, I'm pretty sure I can do it. I don't know. Something in me tells me that I can, so I'm just gonna keep on trying. I'll share progress, because you never know. we could turn this world into a better place for real. I don't know if that would turn the. I don't know if that would turn. I mean, probably because I mean, I'm already pretty well connected to myself, but there's still doubts and fears that I'm learning to like overcome right now that are keeping me from being always connected, right? But always being connected doesn't mean always feeling the same intensity. Because I remember when I felt it the first time, it literally felt like I was on ecstasy. Like it felt like I was like sweating and I was fucking, like I was just really happy. I wasn't overly sweating. I just felt really hot in my hands. Like I felt my hands being really warm. Oh, but that was a good experience though. That shit felt pretty good. But something that I'm trying to remember, so it's something that I'm gonna say out loud, that I can't let that be like a thing I chase because it feels good, you know. It felt good in the moment, but I can live without it, you know, like. And I think that's what it is to be with the all at all times. It's to understand that it's always there, even when it's not present, because it's always within you, ready to be activated when it's truthfully needed. That's what I was saying about Super Saiyan earlier. You get me? Because I was like, damn, I just learned how to go Super Saiyan, but now I'm doing that training where I'm trying to learn how to stay longer in it. You know, not even longer in it, but how to be stabilized in it, so I don't like lose myself to it. And that's literally what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I'm on. That's what I was doing earlier. Now that I remember a little bit more clearly, I might actually go do that later, but that shit. This nigga said good luck. Thank you, buddy. Alright, where's these nuggets at? Oh, yeah. Actually, let's go back and put this shit on. I forgot I was hearing it.
Juice, right? This is Asha. Moving towards the interconnectedness.
Fucking hoe ass niggas.
Of all things.
Could have helped the nigga out for real.
Of all things. Okay? Alright.
Is this opposed argument? Show us the place where you are, since it is necessary for us to seek it. He said to them, whoever has ears, let him hear. There is light within the man of light.
Nice. Okay, guys, so beyond just surviving, that is our only goal, right? Learning how to be better with the dodging and learning how to not die. I'm about to read the affirmation we made. That we made.
And like shine the world. Okay?
And that shit's gonna be decent. Cause it'll remind me what the fuck I'm even trying to do. I'm trying to focus on this nigga. But in order to really put in that focus, I need to be in something that's hard. So, but right now we're just gonna chill. You know, if we get the opportunity to go to O3 and try it again, then we'll do it. But up until then, we're just trying to level up to, you know. We're trying to really max out as fast as we can, honestly. Is what we're trying to do. Too. So that's the side quest outside of the other mini quest. We're trying to max quick as shit.
Came into being because of spirit, it is a wonder. But if spirit came into being because of the body, it is a wonder of wonders. Indeed, I am amazed at how this great wealth has made its own in its poverty.
Wait, so he's talking about the materialistic world, okay? We came into this world with nothing. And guess what? When we die, we're gonna go back with nothing, okay? So this pursuit of materialism, this pursuit of wealth, this pursuit of power makes no sense. Why are you here pursuing all this stuff, this gold, this wealth, this money that you can't take with you? It seems as though you're drunk, okay? So this line,
drunk.
Flesh came into being because of spirit is a wonder. Okay, so the idea is that it is the consciousness, the mind that creates the material world, the body, right? That makes sense. And what Jesus is saying is this: if you think that the body creates the spirit, you're crazy. It's impossible. It's like wonder of wonders. That's impossible, guys. Why? Because the spirit is full of wealth. The body is
Damn, he was only level 7.
Body is able to create so much.
No wonder these niggas ain't doing shit.
This makes sense, right? Our mind.
Got a nigga doing all the work.
So vast, so abundant, but our
Nah, it's
bodies
cool.
are so limited.
I fuck with it.
So how is it possible that our
I ain't even
small
mad for
brain
real.
is
I
able
don't know
to
why I'm
create a
complaining.
universe of ideas? and
Man, I just like being a
experiences?
bitch sometimes, honestly.
Alright? So, the idea of intoxicated.
Oh, this is a
We're
long bow.
here and we're just drunk. But we
I
are
guess.
not thirsty for the truth. We're happy for the way it is. Okay? Alright? And this idea
God damn it.
is mirrored in a poem that we read before by Rumi, right? So you may remember Rumi, the Persian poet. He also says this: the world that we live in is a prison for drunks. Okay, so I'm pretty sure Rumi did not read Jesus' Gospel of Thomas, but they're able to think the same thoughts because they're all being inspired by the same source. Does that make sense?
Okay,
Continue, please.
that makes a lot more sense.
Jesus said, the Pharisees and the scribes have taken the keys of knowledge, this is,
Gnosis. Gnosis means
Nice.
knowledge, okay?
and hidden them. They themselves have not entered, nor have they allowed to enter those who wish to. You, however, be as wise as serpents and as innocent as doves.
Okay, so Jesus hates organized religion. Okay, the Pharisees, remember, are Jewish priests, Jewish leaders, and they create a hierarchy of religion where they say to people, only I know the truth, only I have knowledge, so listen to me. And what Jesus is saying is, they themselves are ignorant because
Oh, nice. I got a white
you
bag.
cannot access
Oh,
knowledge
nice.
through
It's not a
hierarchy,
fucking bow.
Okay, through oppressing other people. You can only access knowledge by looking into
Wait, there's a
yourself.
set now?
So you
Shoots
have
above
to
20
become
damage
like
to-
the serpent and pretend you don't know
What does this
anything
do?
in order to
I'm
access
so
knowledge
confused.
yourself, because otherwise,
Okay, so
if
unequip.
you are capable
Okay,
of
but that's
accessing
from
knowledge,
that.
then the priest will see it as a threat
Shoot.
and they will kill you. Alright? And when he's the serpent, remember, it was a serpent who told Eve to eat from a fruit.
Shots.
And so
Shots
what
above
Jesus
20
is
damage,
saying
summon hands
is,
which slam the ground,
good
dealing
and
150.
natural to seek
Slowed
knowledge,
for
even
0.8
means
seconds.
disobeying God.
Okay.
Okay? That's what we're meant to do here. To seek knowledge, to seek the truth, to seek love. If the God,
nice.
if the priest stop you from doing so, it's because you're evil. Alright? Because remember, the true God, the monad, is pure love, pure compassion, pure forgiveness. He can do no wrong. He's perfection. And if you have the desire to seek knowledge and you believe that knowledge makes you a happier, more fulfilled person, then you should seek knowledge. Even if God tells you don't do so. Because if that God tells you don't do so, it means he's a false God. Okay? Keep on going.
Jesus said, whoever has come to understand the world as bond, only a corpse. and
Oh,
whoever
okay.
has
I
found
get
the
these a
corpse
little more.
is superior to the world.
Okay, so this is what's going to get Jesus in trouble, right? He's saying the Roman Empire, this great empire that you built, that ranges across the Mediterranean, it's a corpse. It's dying. It's dead. It's nothing. All right, and once you recognize this, once you refuse to comply, once you refuse to obey,
Oh,
they
nice.
have no power over you, right?
So what does this
And
do?
so that's a
80
threat to power. That's a threat to the
HP.
Roman
Ooh,
Empire.
but this one gives me. Oh, that's not that bad.
Jesus said, the kingdom is like a shepherd who had a
Bitch, where the fuck am I
shepherd
going?
who had 100 sheep. One of them, the largest, went astray. He left the 99 sheep and looked for that one until he found it. When he had gone to such trouble, he said to the sheep, I care for you more than the 99.
Okay, so God, the true God, does not want obedience. He wants us to be creative. He wants us to seek knowledge. He wants us to discover. He wants us to explore. He wants us to try new things. And if we do this, he cares for us than those who obey him. Because those who obey him, those who do nothing, contribute nothing to the universe. Okay? When we love, when we imagine we are making the universe a better place, we are showing our light. When you sit back and just do what we're told, we're doing nothing, okay? We're like NPCs. Do you guys know NPCs? Non-playable characters in video game, okay? We don't exist. Alright, keep on going.
Jesus said, a man had received visitors, and when he had prepared the dinner, he sent his servant to invite the guests. He went to the first one and said to him, "My master invites you," he said. "I have claim against some merchants. They are coming to me this evening. I must go and give them my orders. I ask to be excused from the dinner." He went to another and said to him, "My master has invited you," he said to him. "I have just bought a house and am required for the day. I shall not have any spare time." He went to another and said to him, "My master invites you," he said to him. "My friend is going to get married, and I am to prepare the banquet. I shall not be able to come. I ask to be excused from the dinner." He went to another and said to him, "My master advised you," he said to him. "I have just bought a farm, and I am on my way to collect the rent. I shall not be able to come. I ask to be excused." The servant returned and said to his master, "Those whom you invited to the dinner have asked to be excused." The master said to his servant, "Go outside to the streets and bring back those whom you happen to meet, so that they may dine. Businessmen and merchants will not enter the places of my Father."
Okay, so again, this goes against the empire. What Jesus is saying is the worst people in this world are the rich people. Okay, think about today how we're supposed to worship Elon Musk, right? Because he's rich. What Jesus is saying is, no, Elon Musk is the worst person in the world. Why? Because the divine, the monad, has prepared a great feast for us. When we die, when we go to a monad, we will experience the greatest happiness, the greatest joy. Okay, the monad's inviting us. But the business people are saying, no, I'm too busy. I'm too busy making money. I'm too busy doing evil in this world, so I don't want to go to the sweet feast. So they're the ones who will lose out in the end, even though today we think they've won out. Okay? So that's what Jesus is saying. Jesus is saying, don't worry about the rich and the powerful. They may look happy, but they're not. At the end of the day, when we all go back to the monad, when we all go back to the vine, they're the ones who will not be invited to the grand feast. Yeah?
I have a question that God led us to be creative and like do our thing that we want to do that for this part. But since we are born, how can we really know the things that what we want to do? Like I think that requires socialization between other people. But if you socialize, they will bring with you and let you see maturity.
Yeah, okay. That's a great question. And it's a problem, right? Because, as you say, your parents, the school, society brainwashes you to believe that only money matters, only grades matter. Okay? And the answer is you have to be brave. You have to be true to yourself. Because you yourself know what is true.
I think I missed Oryx.
No, then Jesus would not.
No, I didn't.
What if people don't
Nice.
believe in Jesus?
That
They
shit just in
know
time in
that
45
Jesus is the
1
truth.
minute?
Okay?
1 minute.
So listen to your
Or is it
heart.
2 minutes? I think it was 2
hard,
minutes.
And most of us cannot do it. Okay? And that's why in many traditions like Buddhism and Hinduism, reincarnation is
See,
important.
boys?
Because maybe in this lifetime we don't figure it out, but maybe in the next lifetime. But maybe then, 50 lifetimes away. But eventually you'll figure it out. Eventually you'll figure out that what other people say does not matter because this world we live in is a false world. Eventually you'll figure that out. And you're like, you know what I should do? I should do what I believe to be true. And then what you recognize is, oh, when I actually do what I like, what I enjoy, it makes me a more fulfilled person. And guess what? It connects me to the vine. Okay? I am a much more spiritual person now. And you can know because look at people's faces, right? When you meet a rich person, his face is kind of, I don't know, evil. When you meet a person
Almost, oh my
who's
god, I
generous,
panicked so hard right
who
there.
volunteers his time, who is a good teacher, his face is different, okay? So remember Achilles. When you do evil, evil comes into you and it corrupts your soul. When you do good, good comes to you and it brightens your soul and you brighten the world with it, okay?
Without like education and socialization, like if we are an infant, how do we know what is right or wrong and what should we seek for?
Because of the spark in you, right? Because of the spark in you. You know when it glows. When you love someone and that person loves you back, your spark glows. When you become a teacher and you teach students, and your students learn well, your spark glows.
Who the fuck?
Try different
Yeah, and so the important idea is that our lives are infinite, okay? So we will die. And die is like a game reset, okay? It's just like you suck at this game, you die, you come back, and you try again, okay? But it's your choice. A really important idea is free will. It's your choice to do whatever you want when you like. No one's gonna force you, okay? So the idea of when you die is you go back to the astral plane, and then you're able to reflect on your own life, and you come back and you start over. Eventually you'll figure it out. It may take 1,000,000 years, it may take 1,000 years, who knows? But eventually you'll figure it out. Okay? Because the world is infinite. Does that make sense? Okay? What's really important to understand is you have to figure it out by yourself. No one can teach you. I can give you the idea, Jesus can tell you what he thinks, but you have to figure it out by yourself. Okay? And that's why this is so hard for people to accept. Because people don't want to accept individual responsibility. Okay? Today we discuss the most famous person who has ever lived. There are about 2 billion people in the world today who believe that Jesus is God. And so the question then is, there have been many famous individuals in history. Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Socrates, Zarathustra, Homer, but it is Jesus that most people worship. And the question we will look at today is why? Okay? So what I want to do first is discuss the religion of Christianity. And as you know, I grew up in Canada and I studied in the United States. And so my entire life, Jesus was part of the culture, it was part of society. And growing up in Canada, not being Christian, I really didn't understand Christianity. I really didn't understand the ideas. So let's go over some of the major ideas of Christianity. First of all, it's important to remember that there are many denominations in Christianity, so there's a lot of disagreements, okay? But these are the major ideas that most Christians agree on. First thing is that Jesus is the Son of God and God himself, okay? And he's king. Okay, this already is very confusing. Second thing is they believe that Jesus died for our sins. So remember that we got kicked out of the Garden of Eden because we disobeyed God and we ate from the tree of knowledge. Okay, so Jesus died for our sins, and so Jesus redeemed us. Okay? The third thing that they believe is that eventually Jesus will return. Something called a second coming. He died, and he was resurrected, and went to heaven, but eventually he will return. And this will result in the last judgment, in which all individuals are judged whether they will reign in heaven or burn in hell. He will bring heaven to earth. And this is where Christianity is most controversial. What this says is that if you believe in Jesus, if you're a Christian, you will go to heaven. But if you do not believe in Jesus, you will burn in hell. And this goes against all other religious traditions. Every religious tradition is basically like, be a good person, and that's all you have to do. But Christianity demands that you must believe in Jesus or you will burn in hell. Okay? So, in other words, Christianity is a missionary religion in which if you're a Christian, not only do you must believe in Jesus, but you must go out and try to convert other people. Because if they don't convert to Christianity, During the Last Judgment, they will burn in hell. And that is why Christianity is one of the most aggressive religions that we have today. So this is all very strange. And there are a lot of questions in Christianity. And that's why Christianity also proposes the idea of miracles. Okay? How did Jesus die for our sins? Why is there a son coming? It's all a miracle.
You know what's something that I've noticed, right? Is that there's this big fucking what's the best way for me to say it, right? There seems to be a massive misunderstanding in how the powers are viewed, right? Because here we're still thinking that Jesus is something special. He's like an anomaly. Like he's the only one in the fucking universe that has the ability to change water into wine and to fucking float on water or to walk on water or to perform miracles. Like, why is it that we think that? You know, first off, we don't have any evidence of him doing so, right? So that's already going to cause us some disturbance, right? Because we're people of proof. We need something to be there in order for us to believe it, right? At the same time, you know, understanding how the universe works, it will tell you that maybe you should have some trust in what people have said, right? Maybe it's less about believing in Jesus and it's more about believing in yourself, right? Because if you really think about it, this whole thing about believing in Jesus, like I can see why that kind of makes sense. Because if you believe in Jesus, you believe in God. If you believe in God, then you're under his protection. But believing in him isn't what they're trying to sell you, right? That's what they're trying to tell you. That is literally what they're trying to sell you. But there's a nuance to that. If you can look beyond the deception, right? Believe in someone else for you to have power. That makes no sense. You're telling me you're trying to reach externally for a source of power that you have in you. You get me? So it's like, and that makes a lot of sense too, you know, because I don't fuck religion, bro. Religion is fucking stupid, right? Religion is dumb. Now I'm gonna tell you why it's dumb. Because it's literally people telling you how you should think about God. When the only way you're going to discover God is by thinking about him yourself. Thinking for yourself. You know, religion is pretty useful if you don't know where to fucking start, right? But you can't take what they're telling you seriously, because anybody trying to tell you anything could be a fucking lie. It's not even that it could be a lie. In this instance, right? Why would something tell you to believe in something outside of yourself? So even if it's someone like Jesus, why should you believe in Jesus, right? If it's not going to do anything for you. So now you're just following someone else's command and you're not thinking for yourself. And that's cancer. That's literally cancer. You're going to give yourself cancer. You need to fucking stop that. Bro, stop. Think for yourself. Don't listen to me, bro. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know, if you want to keep on listening to motherfuckers like that, you have the ability to, bro. Nobody's going to tell you to do anything else, you know? Do you, nigga. In the end of the day, this is your life. You get to pick what the fuck you do, who the fuck you listen to, who the fuck you listen to. You get me? Like, who you listen to and then who you do actions for and who you listen to. You get me? So there's a lot of nuances to this shit. But closing statements, you are God. There are two powers, but these two powers make one power. So we are just part of the unity, right? And there's unity in everything that we see, in everything. That's why we need man and women in order to continue life, because you need both sides, right? That's why evil exists, because good exists. But what is good? What the destruction of good? You know what the destruction of good would be? It would be the destruction of evil. How do you destroy good? By doing evil, or by letting go of the need to be good and knowing that you are, trusting yourself, having faith in yourself to do the right thing and not give in to your past selves. You yourself are God. And nobody's talking about this. Dog, we literally made AI. We have created bombs, atomic bombs that can fuck up anything now. We literally found ways to float, to fly with things that are heavier than air. We are God too, to an extent, right? We're gods of this material world. We are gods now, right? Well, we are gods now. But what we're trying to do is not ascend, but to integrate the idea to further develop human evolution, right? Because to have faith, to believe in God, to believe in awe, to believe in yourself, that's great. Fantastic job. You did it. What are we doing now, right? So what is it that we're trying to do? Where are we trying to be? What are we trying to get accomplished? You know, it's cool to have this power, and it's cool to understand that we are more than what we think, right? But where can that lead us? Where are we trying to go, you know? And that's not a question I'm asking society. That's a question I'm asking you, okay? What do you want to do? Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to do right now? What is it that you're trying to be? Do you still believe you're something? Are you nothing? Are you alone? Do you get the implications of what I'm trying to tell you? Because you know that behind these words and feelings, the opposite is present. It's always there. It's just that we choose to focus on what's not. I'm not alone, even if I look like I'm alone. It's not because I'm everything. It's because I'm connected to everything. And it's more than that. I feel like I'm part of something bigger. Like we're part and all the same. Like we're all just brothers and sisters. You know, the whole thing about race, religion, like things that separate us aren't real. Because there's no separation, you know? There is no separation. And there's always going to be toying and teasing. There's always going to be people making fun of your skin color. There's always going to be making fun of people, you know, how you look or how you speak or what you do. But why should that matter? Why should that matter? Maybe we let our attachment to words and other people's reaction to them dictate how we feel and dictate how we move and dictate how we know we should act like and not give a fuck. But we give a fuck more if there's more people present. I know it seems confusing, but nobody gives a fuck, you know? But everybody gives a fuck. And people give more of a fuck when it's more fucked up. So we just keep feeding it and feeding it. And the hardest thing is being able to let go, but being able to let go of what? Right? What am I letting go of right now? What am I doing? You know, I told y'all earlier, this is all just a projection and a reflection of the person that I am. So how are you perceiving this? What are you getting from it? What do you think my words mean? You know, shit like, you know, we gotta be able to talk with each other and grow.